We are fixing to Grand Theft Auto the neighbor's lawnmower. There's our house over there. There's a hole there. This thing's gonna need some work. I think my neighbor's gonna owe me 20 bucks for stealing this thing. Craftsman T1000. Have to see what that looks like. It's got a Craftsman 420 overhead valve, 420 cc's. Rear end is not moving. You have to see, it's got to have some kind of brake on there. So we lifted the axle up off the ground to get it here. What do you think, Xander?
Pretty good.
We're gonna make a mud mower out of it.
Why didn't you get it with a trailer?
What do you mean? I'm sure we can use that wagon there to pull sometime behind it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of work to do to it though. Are you gonna help?
Yeah.
Cool. You know what gets these new kids YouTube views? Over excessive yelling and screaming and hollering when they do something on YouTube. That gets them all the views. So there you go. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. That look like a problem? Crustiness. Might be why that thing don't start, boo-boo. Alrighty, let's do an overview of where we're at on the Craftsman T1000. So, battery is junk. Dead, won't charge. So I'm thinking about taking the battery out of the zero turn that we currently have that we use for mowing and throwing it in here because it's getting weak, but it still works. And then we'll just get a new battery for that come mow time. All right. Moving on to the motor. This is where we're sitting. Got the shrouds off. See a bunch of oil on the frame. The guy said it, I don't know if he said it leaked oil or burned oil. Either way, it loses oil. I'm hoping it's a seal on the bottom, maybe, and we can just replace it and stop any oil leakage. You see the carburetor is missing. So that was the reason it wouldn't start up, was because the part of the carb, I'm not a carb guy, lawnmower carb guy. The reason it wouldn't start up is because this is the coming in gas, and the little doohickey-majigger spring plunger thing that lets the gas in the carburetor was seized up, and you probably would have never got that out without pulling the carburetor and cleaning it out. So I started doing that, and it needed some O-rings, etc., etc. You go online, the rebuild kit for a couple O-rings and a couple gaskets is $55 on the lawnmower site, but if you go to Amazon, you can get a whole carburetor, a spark plug, a fuel filter, and a whole air breather, air filter for 23 bucks. So might as well go ahead and get the whole brand new carb. And then we should be good motor-wise, I think. Other than finding out what it's leaking or burning. Underneath, we pulled the deck. It was fairly simple. There's a pin there. And then you got pins, 2 pins holding these things on. And then there's this cable, which I cheated and just cut the cable instead of finessing. This has a 2 pulley. This has a double belt system just for the drive. So you go from a small pulley there to a regular size pulley here, and that pulley goes to another pulley that goes to your transaxle. So instead of just one belt, you got to do 2 belts. That's where we're at on that. So hopefully, to make this lawnmower faster, I want to get it together and driving and try to figure out what it will take, what speed it'll go regular before we start flipping any pulleys or anything. We got to get new tires. These won't seal for nothing. They've been sitting in the dirt for a good bit. I don't know, we may work on them just to try, but that's the way these are warped. I don't even know if those valve stems are good. We may try our best to get them. I know this over here is leaking. It acts like it has a hole in it or something. So we've already been on Amazon looking for off-terrain tires. But I'm going to take off the lower deck, the rest of the deck mounting hardware, and get that out, and then we'll go from there. Alright, me and the supervisor got our coffee. We are ready to get to work. We're going to take the hood off. He's going to help me take the hood off, and he's also going to help me take the rest of the lawnmower deck equipment off. I've also been thinking of a name for our lawnmower. I'm thinking Angry Karen or Mad Karen. I need to go talk to your manager. Alright, let's hop to it. This is pretty simple. Lift it up. Hang on, we gotta go right here. See those little things there? You gotta make sure those are lined up with this. Then we come straight off. Alright, help me out. Alright. Put it down. Oh, goodness. Actually, I need you to take that and put it over on that side of the ship container. Pick it up right here. Be careful with it. We don't want to crack it. Gently slide the tire off. From both sides. Hands on both sides. Hands on both sides. There you go. Wiggle it.
What? I can't get it off.
Alright, come here.
Put your hands on both sides and gently pull.
And wiggle.
And wiggle. What are you doing, the worm? At least you took a tire off.
Grab it from the bottom and the top. There you go.
Now. Oh. Hey, Dad.
Huh?
I'm not going to stack this on top of the one tire because I'm going to stack it on that one.
Okay.
I'll put this on something random.
Little less talking, more work. See that rim right there? That little son of a biscuit eater is not going to come off. We worked on it yesterday. Tried to pull it off. Tried to spray some WD-40 in there. I even heated it up and took a crayon. Old school thing I heard. You heat it up and take a crayon and it'll seep into the open spots and coat it and make it easier to come off. Yeah, that didn't work. I had to send Xander and Blue inside, the supervisor and the dog, because I was starting to say some 4-letter words like love, hope, and calm. Anyways, guess what? That wheel is not coming off, and I am not going to tear it up anymore. It's got some rust there we're going to clean up. Not going to tear it up getting it off or risk tearing up the axle getting it off. I don't really have to take it off. It would probably make some things easier. We're going to paint these rims, clean them up and paint them. Then I got to put new tires on them. Probably make putting the tire on easier. That may be a little booger. But we got to get it done how we got to get it done. Anyways. Nothing like the smell of burning rubber in the morning to get you up. That tire was definitely one with the bead. Clean her up. Let's get some paint on it. All right, here we have the supervisor. Before the supervisor does anything, let's go over what we got here. We installed the new carburetor and the new air filter. I didn't do a fuel filter. It seemed like it was doing okay. I haven't done the spark plug. Guess what? It starts. We've got the supervisor and the supervisor. I'm just a common worker. All right, supervisor, start us up. Low 5. Low 5. Good job. All right, folks. We've got a lot of video footage. I think we're going to call this part 1. We got one more mod we're going to do before we finish the video. This thing has a really annoyingly quiet muffler. So guess what? We're going to get rid of that and make this loud and annoying. We're not going to finish out the exhaust. We're just going to cut it right there and let it straight pipe for now until we come out and probably go up. Kind of like the tractor exhaust over there. Safety first. Alright, Xander, you got one more bolt to do.
Did it fall off? Got the bolt.
What do you think? Gentlemen, start your engines.
I'm your manager.
I'm ready whenever you are. The race is going to be over by the time you get this thing started.
What race are we doing? The mud motor race?
Turn it off! That's what that means. That's what that means. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Alright, that's it for this video. Maybe next time video we'll have tires and we'll actually have it driving. Good job, supervisor.
Can I honk this?
Sure.
What? Did I have to start